Hi, my name is Coquelicot Gilland, and I am the owner of Body Dynamics, which is a body-based coaching practice. This module is about how to get full body, heart, and head alignment around letting go of things that no longer serve you. Some of those things could be opinions, attitudes like things not being fair, behaviors and habits, letting go of things like when you have to move or something breaks that you care about that you're having a hard time with. It could be people who are passing or pets. You'd want to practice this letting go practice so that you can be flexible and resilient. This gives you more ability to flow with the ups and downs that life brings us, and helps you move in directions. This practice of letting go supports you in being flexible and resilient, and move in directions that create harmony and less drama. Loss in any form is quite a process. And through doing this exercise, you can help your body-mind come into alignment and make peace with things more efficiently and more quickly. This practice will help you let go without giving up, resigning, or collapsing. Letting go is a choice. It helps you be more fully present while letting go or making more space around attachments to outcome. This is one of several integration practices that are necessary to move wholly, as in WHOLEY, through life in an alive and present way, so that you are really fully filled out in each moment. Letting go can also mean severing external relationships and connections while still honoring all of what was that no longer is. When we don't let go when we need to, we stay locked in a dance with the past. So I want to invite you to go inside, maybe close your eyes, and remember or think about something presently that you're having a hard time letting go of. I want you to notice how much work and energy it's taking you to hold on to something that has slipped away and is no longer, or that is slipping away and that you know you need to let go of. Notice the physicality of white-knuckling it to hang on to whatever it is. Notice how it hurts you as well as the people or the situations you are holding on to if you don't let go. If it is an idea, position, concept, or opinion, then you create pain in many aspects of your If it is an idea, position, concept, or opinion, then you create pain in many aspects of yourselves, becoming locked in the internal conflict and either swinging back and forth between polarities and positions, or experiencing a feeling of paralysis so you don't know which way to move. Those of you suffering from fatigue issues are likely to have deep-seated holding around things you need to let go of. This practice will help. The fatigue is the cost of over-perseverance and endurance, the shouldering of burdens for too long. Part of this discernment is knowing whether to hang on or let go. Doing this practice is a way you can clear out the reactivity in your system, the stories, and clean the lenses, I would say, that put a spin on how you see things so that you can more easily recognize what you need to do. So, there are several perspectives that are important to hold in mind when you're working with this letting go practice. The first is that you need to be willing to slowly and kindly deal with the emotions that come up. Primarily, those are the emotions of grief around loss. And you also need to explore your fears of moving into the unknown, because when we lose something or we let go of something fully, we create a space for something new to arise, and often we don't know what that's going to be. This is a slow, spacious practice that allows you to take it one small bite at a time, then digest and integrate your experience into a balanced and grounded place. The next thing that you need to keep in mind is to maintain your right to change your mind and cut your losses to preserve your well-being. This quite often comes up when we make cast in iron, or written in stone, decisions that then don't serve us and we can't let go in order to back out. There is power in making what I call tentative commitments. It is a useful practice, at least for a while, to give you room to sort yourself out. A tentative commitment is one where you and your mate, your husband or primary relationship, friend or family member, have a mutual understanding and agreement that you can change your mind at the last minute. If they're not okay with this, then you don't make the date. Sometimes people need this kind of space to do this next step of growth and really know what they have a big yes or no to. If they're locked into making commitments because they said they would do something and that they don't feel like they can say no and let go of it, then they are stuck and often participating in things half-heartedly. The key is being able to change based on inner knowing without a break in mutual connection between you and your loved one. So this letting go practice will also help you sort those kinds of patterns out and come to a new way of relating if this is an issue for you. The next perspective that it's important to recognize is that each day and each moment, you have a choice. You have a choice whether to reinvest your time and resources in someone or something for another minute, another hour, another day. It's really, really important that you get that each moment, and I know I said this, but I want you to really hear it, that each moment is a choice, and that at any moment you can let go of something that you're doing or a situation you're participating in and go in another direction. The next perspective is learning that you can hold on to your intentions without being attached to the outcome in ways that limit you. If you can learn to do that, you can shift nimbly and change directions as the options and the lay of the land shifts both inside you and outside you. None of this can be accomplished if you don't know how to let go. Lastly, I want you to understand that you can't do everything. None of us is able to do everything that we want to do. That if you do one set of things, it means that you have to let go of another set of things. And sometimes that's hard and sad and disappointing. You can use this practice to help you figure out what things you're going to hang on to and what things you're going to let go. And if you're feeling really sad because you choose to do A and you have to let go of B, then this practice will help you get settled and in a state of acceptance for the choice you made so that you can be fully present to do the thing that you've chosen to do. So I'm going to show you the practice now, and I'm hoping you watched the previous module on the muscle of acceptance, the tibialis anterior, because you're going to be referring to it throughout this practice. If you haven't watched the previous module, then I'm going to give you a very quick orientation to where that muscle is in the body and how you sense it, so that when I ask you to use it, you'll have at least some idea about where to go and what to do. So the tibialis anterior muscle is here on your lower leg. If you find your shin bone, which is that bone that you hopefully haven't but often have cracked, like on a low coffee table or something, and went hopping and howling about the room, you find that bone, and then this muscle is to the outside of that bone, and you find it by lifting your foot, flexing your foot like this, and you'll feel the muscle pop up under your fingertips. It basically goes from your ankle up to your kneecap. So that's all I'm going to say about that right now, and we're going to go into the letting go and receiving practice. I'm going to show you how to do this, and I'm going to be doing it faster than you will actually be doing it. Depending on what you're trying to let go of, this could take you 20 minutes, but it's important that you take your time so that you can allow your body plenty of time to get oriented and in a state of acceptance with what you're asking it to let go of. So, this is the first part. You have to decide which hand you are holding on to your experience with. Which hand is holding your experience that you don't want to let go of. When I sense my hands today and I don't have anything in mind, sometimes I just do this because I can feel holding in my body and I don't have a specific situation. When I sense my hands, it's my right hand that wants to make the fist. I'll take off my ring so I don't have to work with that. And I want you to make a fist and find the last joint on your fingertips. You're going to lay that inside your palm, and for those of you who have done martial arts, you may recognize this, and wrap your other hand around it and kind of curl them up so that they look like this. So what you're doing for this first piece is you're making this fist and you're thinking about what you're hanging on to that you don't want to let go of because you don't think you can live without it, or something terrible is going to be happen to you if you don't have it. And you slowly, under a light resistance, open your hand up until it's flat. Now you don't want to resist so much that you strain anything, but you want to resist just enough so that you're making the muscle work. This is the step 1, which is the letting go. Step 2 is accordance. Accordance, when you break down that word, means of one heart. Notice I started at about the heart level, solar plexus, diaphragm level. What you want to slowly do is let your hands drop down, sensing inside your body, and listening at each place you stop until you get a sense of alignment and agreement. Some of the words for, or definitions for, accordance are harmony. One could say consent, making an agreement. You're kind of listening for that place inside your body where even if your body is saying, oh, well, I don't know, but okay, we'll go along with it for now, that's okay. You just continue sensing inside your body, moving your hands down. This is a good time to sense that tibialis muscle in your lower leg. Be aware of it at the same time because it's helping you to land and accept the experience of letting go. Basically, you're working on getting your body to be of one heart and aligned behind your intention and action of letting go. You take all the time that you need. And when you get to the bottom of your torso, you stop there for a moment, you sense your tibialis anterior muscles. You support your system in deepening its process of aligning with the letting go. And then when you're ready, you move to the third step, which is concordance. We just did accordance. For concordance, you place your hands over your lower belly. And with concordance, that word breaks down to with heart dance. So this is an expansion process as you move up your body of feeling a kind of relief and or joy and or space and or expansion. It has something to do with feeling like there's room for something new starting to arise in your system. So you move slowly up till you get to your heart. Feeling your heart dancing with this new set of possibilities, whether you've only gotten a small movement in the letting go or a large movement. None of this is going to happen instantaneously unless grace comes down from the heavens and strikes you. So understand that you will do this letting go process with the same thing over and over and over again, each time making more headway. So if we come back to concordance, you're moving up until you get to your heart. You're looking for a level of acceptance. Think about your tibialis anterior muscles again. See if you can sense them on the left and right side at the same time that you're sensing your heart. And whatever amount of letting go you were able to do, think about that space. It's kind of like a vacuum that was filled with the hanging on. That space needs to be filled with a prayer and a request for something new. So in step 4, what you do is you bring your hands here at about your heart level, and you feel into a state of receptivity. Feel the part of you that has let go of something, being open to the unknown and what the unknown will bring. Make whatever prayer you want to make, whatever request you want to make, with a certain amount of thy will, not my will, or from a Hindu perspective, it would be like swaha, which is surrendering to something larger than us that will carry us in its current and bring us what we need. But just sit for a moment, and you can think about the things that you would like to receive to fill that spot. What didn't work about the thing that you had to let go? How would you like the new things that come into your life to be different? And then release that prayer or those wishes or those preferences. And let go of the outcome, but keep the sacredness of that space that's ready to be filled and bring it to your heart. Upper chest. Allow yourself to take in and center in this new alignment. Again, center your tibialis anterior muscles. Again, sense your tibialis anterior muscles and connect them to whatever feeling of letting go you've been able to accomplish in this path. Then when you feel done with the practice, for the moment, just relax, let your hands fall by your side, and notice when you go back to sensing what you're working on letting go of. How does it feel now compared to when you started? If you really let yourself go slow enough and really have this, chances are you will be feeling more ease and more space and more ability to accept this change. So I want you to practice. These somatic exercises are mindfulness practices. You can do this letting go between 1 and 3 times a day. We want to work with quality, not quantity. I'd rather have you do it once profoundly well in a day than a whole bunch of times where you're not really present and focused. I'd like you to refer back to the demo part of this video at least twice a week, because the survival mission statement, the survival imperative in the hanging on habits that you developed, those are your defense systems, and they are really committed to keeping things as they are. Your defended body will do its best to rearrange the movements to avoid learning these new skills. Your defense body, your survival imperative, will do its best to rearrange the movements to avoid learning these new skills. Our bodies do this because we adopted the original defense strategy in this case, the holding on, because it got us the best outcome. Going against that strategy, which is what you're undoing when your bodies do this because we adopted the original defense strategy, in this case, holding on, because it got us the best outcome. For that body survival strategy, going against this will feel like a suicide of sorts. And in a sense, it is. Because the old strategy needs to die, we need to rewrite the mission statement. Specifically because there are ways it's not serving you now. And so we need to let go of that strategy as well, not just the thing we're thinking about needing to let go of, but actually letting go of this strategy of holding on, so that you can open new space inside of yourself for new experiences and new skills to grow. So that ends this module on letting go and receiving. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact me through the websites that will follow and or at the contact phone number. And I wish you well. Don't underestimate the power of this particular exercise. It is a profound practice that can, in great ways, change the whole quality of how you interact with life and the world around you. Until next time, bye.